Please welcome Nick White.
Oh, who's this?
Hi.
Are you Nick White, or have you come as one of your characters?
It's a secret.
Oh my God.
There was a lot of discussion in the office today about your favourite character.
Yeah.
Like which one's our fave. Do you have a favourite character?
I'd say at the moment, Carly, the dull co-worker.
Yeah.
Just because, like, she opens my show for my tour.
Right.
So I'm just always, like, in her mind, you know what I mean?
Are you paying her for opening or?
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
I just, yeah.
What's going on in her mind?
What's going on in my mind? Just thinking of what to have for dinner when I get home.
Right.
Just making my own pizzas. 'Cause I can get all the
Meal prep?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
meal
great.
prepping, yes. and, yes. So, and do you meal prep?
I try to, but you know, it's so hard. It's
Yes.
so time. Like, I work so much, it's really hard
Well,
to do
you're
it.
right. This really is dull. That's it's extraordinary.
I beg your pardon?
Well, is she based on someone in particular? Is there someone in your life that is?
Carly's kind of based on just like a type of person.
Right.
But then one day I met this person who I've only met once, and she just like had this voice. She was like, so there's a bottle of wine here if anyone wants a glass. And I was like, I think that's Carly's voice.
You
Yeah.
start mining people.
Kind of. Well, Carly already existed because she was the partner of Matt, who was already a character, the normal person.
Right.
But then I made an Instagram for Carly because I just became obsessed with her. And then when I heard that voice, I was like, wait. I was like, say that again. And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, that's Carly's voice.
Do you think that people who you've modelled the characters on suspect it when they see the characters because they're
They
everywhere?
would have to know, right?
I think, well, yeah, I used to work in an office and people would come up to me in the kitchen and be like, hey, Nick, I just saw your new character. Is that me? And I'd be like, maybe.
I wanted to talk. So when we first met, you just moved to Sydney and you
Yeah.
started doing stand-up. I don't know if you just started, but you were doing a lot of stand-up.
Yeah.
And you hadn't started doing the characters, and now you've kind of blown up. Was there a moment when you thought, this is my voice, this is the thing I'm going to do and focus on?
I mean, I've been doing characters since I was about 6 or 7, but I just thought it was like weird. I was like, doesn't everyone do that? Like, but I didn't think it was like, I didn't know I was like that good at it.
What was your first character?
Yeah.
My first character was a lady called Noni. And I came up with her when I was like 7. And she was just kind of like based on my mum and my grandma and like their friends and how they'd talk to each other. I'd just be walking around the house like, listen here, darling. You didn't hear this from me. And like, yeah, and I like drew Noni's family and her house. And yeah, I've just like always come up with them. Yeah.
So now you're doing a stage show,
Yeah.
and they're involved in the stage show.
Yes.
So how's this going to work?
Well, Carly just opens the show for me.
Right.
So she comes and does 10 minutes, and she's always really nervous because it's my first time. But then the rest of the show is just me. But I think next year I'm probably going to do more character-based shows for my solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between like your stand-up? What do you get out of it with the characters?
I think the characters are just a different kind of outlet for my comedy. Like, I'm always writing jokes just based on, like, my perspective. But then I'm just so interested in people and how, I don't know, like, when I worked in an office, I realised it was time to quit when I wasn't working much. I was just observing my co-workers. Like, how can I make that something?
You know, someone's invented a character based on you.
Oh, God.
The lazy guy in the office.
Well, Nick is at the Replay Festival in Melbourne this weekend. Guys, hey, ticket details are on our website. Would you please thank Nick White?